After watching this movie, I have no idea how I feel about the afterlife. Flatliners is a remake of a film that came out in 1990 about a group of scientists, this time led by Ellen Page instead of Kiefer Sutherland, who decide that since nobody can give a really good description of what an individual will see after they die, they'll come up with some experiments where each person in the group has to stop their heart for a certain interval, be brought back, and report on what they see. Only thing is, after a few rounds of doing this experimentation, each person discovers their own unique and disturbing revelation, and it may make them start to go nuts and question reality. And we have a new sci-fi horror movie. Now, when it comes to sci-fi horror, I have to take it with a grain of salt because it can fall on two sides of the scale. At their best, they can be really intellectual pieces of film that not only have effective scares, but make you want to dive deeper into scientific research. And at their worst, they're just generic jump scare fests that throw any kind of scientific knowledge out the window. Also known as the films that Neil deGrasse Tyson hates. Unfortunately, when it comes to Flatliners, it doesn't fall into either one of those categories, because although it has two really good performances, the horror elements and the scientific research part of the movie bored me senseless. I'm not even joking, guys. I have not seen a movie this uninteresting in such a long time. In fact, about halfway through the movie, I realized I have dozed off for about 5 minutes. If we're gonna break this down, we should probably start out with the characters. Now, I'll admit that Ellen Page and Diego Luna, they are the best actors in this film. They are so much better than this film, and they have the most interesting characters in the entire movie for sure. But everybody else, it feels like the filmmakers put various names of actors who were looking for work inside of the hat and just picked them out. Honestly, whatever was hunting these people down, at the end of the day, I just wanted it to kill them. And that's not good. I shouldn't watch a horror movie wanting the characters to die. But at the end of the day, that's what I was feeling. And if we're gonna be honest here, good horror and films that deal with the cerebral cortex, that deal with the brain, they should be fun, they should be interesting. This film was neither one of those things. It was obvious from the get-go that this film was relying on the audience to have a knowledge of every technical aspect of how the brain works. For the most part, I was sitting there bored and confused. Man, I can't stop saying it. This movie disappointed me to no end, because Flatliners could have been a film that challenged the idea of not only what people think about the afterlife, but it could have challenged religion, it could have challenged science, it could have challenged what people think on a regular basis when they think about death. But at the end of the day, we have a film that has two good performances, a runtime that's 2 hours and feels like 3 hours, and is a complete bore fest. And guys, unfortunately, I have to say, Flatliners, stay in your shorts. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So if you had a chance to see Flatliners, are you planning to see Flatliners? Please don't. And if you have, what did you think of it? More importantly, what is your favorite role from either Diego Luna or Ellen Page? Whatever you may think, leave a comment down below telling me those thoughts. And if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.